Your personal information could be in the hands of identity thieves right now if you've gotten so much as a speeding ticket here in Washington. That's because hackers recently broke into the state court's huge public website. It could have been prevented. As King 5's investigator Linda Byron reports, the state's own expert warned something like this could happen, but his plan to plug security holes was never put into action.
Whether you've gotten a speeding ticket, a DUI, or been in court, your personal information's been put into the statewide court computer system. So when hackers broke in recently, gaining access to data of up to 1 million people, it was big news.
King 5 News starts now.
We regret very much that this happened. We take full responsibility for it.
The Administrative Office of the Courts in Olympia, which runs the huge database, says a software flaw they failed to patch opened a cyber door for hackers.
That Tuesday night,
Mike Keeling is the manager of IT operations and maintenance for the courts.
We had a breach. We had left some data vulnerable. We are going to do everything we can to make sure that something like this doesn't happen again.
But the King 5 investigators have learned administrators were warned 2 years ago that the massive statewide computer system lacked many of the basic protections used by other government agencies and private businesses. Yet they failed to heed the warnings of the IT security expert they brought in to make recommendations. That expert, Bill Brush, was hired in June 2011 to improve the computer system's security. In this confidential assessment obtained by the King 5 investigators, Brush outlines key areas of concern, predicting exposure of protected data could result in financial, legal, and reputation risks to the courts.
You know, you can look back today and you can say, well, we should have been more aggressive in our implementation of security. And in hindsight, that's obvious.
Brush gave the courts a 100-page IT security plan and program for implementation in the fall of 2011. He warned the court's password requirements were weak by industry standards. He called for immediate fixes like increasing password complexity and encryption to prevent password cracking. That didn't happen. So when hackers did break in through the software glitch a year later, they found a stash of confidential files waiting. That was password protected?
Correct.
Not encrypted?
Not encrypted.
Should have been encrypted?
Should have been encrypted, absolutely, yes.
And oops?
You know, we can say nothing else but that it was an oversight on our part, and we've taken measures to make sure that that doesn't happen again.
As security plans go, this is a good one. I mean, any company would be proud to have this.
We asked Internet security expert Christopher Budd of Trend Micro in Bellevue to evaluate Brush's security plan.
What we're talking about is a breach that was wholly avoidable.
Because they were warned.
Right. And they knew what to do. They have right in here, they have the means that would have prevented that from happening.
So why wasn't the plan put into action? Top administrators made other projects a priority, according to Brush, who resigned 9 months after unveiling the massive overhaul to become security administrator for a different state agency. In his resignation letter, Brush said, quote, "Regrettably, interest in developing a robust security program is not high."
There's definitely frustration, and when I look at the letter and I look at what was built, I completely understand, because this person put forward an excellent proposal and it went nowhere.
Without the plan, which called for continuous auditing of the computer system, the courts didn't even know there'd been a breach until this past February, 5 months after it happened.
It was being attacked and they did not know about it, and someone outside of their organization had to alert them.
Keeling says it was a wake-up call, and they're now bringing in a new team of outside experts to assess security, this time promising to act on the recommendations.
If they say our security plan or our password plan is too weak, we will change our password plan. If they say that our physical security needs to be increased, we're going to increase our physical security. We are dedicated to this, and we are not going to stop short of making this as safe as we possibly can.
In the meantime, up to 1 million people are still wondering where their information went and whether identity thieves will use it to go on a spending spree. In Olympia, Linda Byron, King 5 News.
The state says it's increased security since the breach, and only the public website, not the judicial information system, was affected. So far, letters have gone out to 94 people whose information was definitely hacked. They're being offered free credit monitoring. The state says hackers had access to 160,000 Social Security numbers and more than 1 million driver license numbers.